Good evening. It has the uncanny feeling of a Eurovision contest, Harold. I don't know what you think about it, but official good evening to everybody who is in the EU pavilion in Dubai and those unfortunate people who are watching us at that moment online. Just to reassure you, you're not in for another seminar on European or global transport policies. This is not to say that the Transport Day in COP is over. It's not over till you finish, people who are here, with the reception and drinks that follow. But the official program, indeed, with many seminars, discussions and talks that we have had throughout the full day, is indeed done. Just for the sake of clarity, my name is Magda Kopczynska. I'm Director General for DG Mobility and Transport in European Commission.
And Magda, it's great to do this little contest together with you and to see all of you here for this closing and the party that will be after, so there can be a little bit of, let's say, feeling of this type of event. We are great to see you here, and I'm Harold Ruiters. I'm Deputy Director General in DG Move and Transport.
And for people who might have noticed it when Harold was introduced this morning, and I just have to say that he was still acting Deputy Director General, and as of something like 10 o'clock this morning, Brussels time, he's no longer acting, he's the official Deputy Director General for Mobility and Transport. And if you ever doubted Harold's commitment to sustainability, getting the job on Transport Day in COP, I mean, come on, you can't do better, no?
I'm very happy to be at your side here in the closing, but also to work with you directly, Magda, for the coming times. Ladies and gentlemen, there is an enormous amount of work to be done. You are all aware of the engagement that the Union took with our Green Deal's Sustainable and Smart Mobility Strategy Fit for 55. For us, I think, Magda, this was the first day at COP, Transport Day, EU Transport Day, but it's a starting point.
Thank you indeed. And some of you have been here in and out throughout the day. We talk about resilience of infrastructure. We talked about sustainable fuels for shipping. We talked about sustainable fuels for aviation. We then talked about hydrogen valleys. So we also had the research and innovation dimension of transport, which is extremely important. And these are only some elements of all the things that have to happen when it comes to decarbonization of transport.
And we are really happy that also all the other pavilions across the COP have been joining in. So we saw meetings at the French delegation, at the Estonian delegation, at the African Union, and so forth. So we have really created, I think, this feeling of a transport day.
Exactly, but not, and just for you, so that you know, there were many more people who were insisting on being present here. We couldn't, and we didn't want to squeeze everybody into those seminars because there's a limit how to make those seminars work. But we promised to some that when they come here to this evening event, to this evening reception, if you're interested, if you want to know more, you can talk to them. ACI is there, talking about airports, talking about sustainable airports, and I'm reminded to say that 9 out of 10 certified airports, when it comes to the environmental performance, 9 out of 10 are in the EU. So if you want to know anything, ACI team is here, you talk to them, and I promise that I will mention them. And no, they are not sponsoring this drink, just so that you know.
But so many more are here. I also look at the ports when you mentioned the airports, Isabel Riegbost. I mentioned specifically also the effort that needs to be done on energy ports, because we are not just transport, it is about the synergies that need to be created. And of course, also the fact that we are not looking only at this EU Transport Day, but that it is a Transport Day at COP. So we're also talking about, for instance, with the African Union on the rail connections and the corridors, or we are talking about ports worldwide, how they can contribute to all these efforts. And I think that is crucially important. And one thing I would like to give to you as a compliment, Magda, the meeting that we had today that I really feel was like key is your meeting with the chair of the IPCC, Jim, and that I think is worth mentioning because this will set the agenda for the next 5 years.
Indeed, and of course we don't know yet, maybe somebody in the room does know where the next COP will take place. I understand a lot of discussions are being held on that, but I can guarantee that wherever the next COP meeting will take place, transport will be there, and also European Commission with the transport policy will be there as well. And I think, Harold, we are getting close to exhausting the patience of everybody in this room and online, just so that you know.
I agree. I agree, and I let you the last word, but what I would like to pass as a last word from my side as well, I think that transport being so important for this whole agenda of decarbonization, we would like to see that in the next COPs being really something that we, all of us here, can tackle together in unity, because it is an agenda that should be higher up in COP, and that should be higher up with the IPCC, and that we are all engaged in. I'm firmly believing that. Magda.
With that, big thanks again to all of you who agreed to join the seminars, who listened, who watched, who sent us questions on Slido, who asked questions in the room. As I said, we are close to exhaust your patience. We were told that until we finish talking, you can't go and have food and drinks. So we are just about to do it. And I was thinking that, you know, an advantage of having a deputy is that you can delegate things. And since I have to leave literally now to catch my plane at 11, hereby I officially delegate running that reception to Harold Reuters. But thank you so much for being here, and thank you for working with us also between COPs. Marit, is this okay?
Party starts.